back to Ashi's Book Hub. So today we have a different kind of video. This video is what book for what age, a recommendation video. So let us start with which age do you start reading? Usually it's 5 years of age because until 5 years you're learning to read. So from 5 years you start reading. So the best recommendation for starters are the Ladybird series. So over here we have a few books and there's a lot more. Literally most of the fairy tales are briefed into like small books and they have big letters and explanations of words for you to start reading. So this is mostly for the starters. So then again, let's go to the next age level. So the next age level is 7 to 10 years. At this age, you know what you're reading and you're getting an interest in reading, so you start reading. So first I have this series for you. This is the Famous 5 series by Enid Blyton. This is an adventure series and it is an interesting one. So there are 4 kids and a dog going after adventures trying to solve them. So there are 21 books in this series and you can go on reading. Next we have the David Walliams series. It's not a series of one story, it's different stories in the series written by David Walliams. So this is one of the books. This is called The Ice Monster. It's mainly for kids because it has a lot of illustrations and very interesting words and funny things. Next we have the Roald Dahl series. So this is Matilda and this book is the one I recommend you all to read a lot because it's about a girl who reads books. So there are about I think 20 books in the Roald Dahl series and you can go on and ahead read them because it's also a set for kids and in each book there's different words invented by the author itself. So it's really interesting. Next we have the Mystery series by Enid Blyton. This is also another series of adventure and going after mystery. So there's a lot more books but here are the ones that I wanted to show you. And last but not least, for this age category, we have the Secret 7 series. So here we go. There are 15 books in this set and it's also another series of adventure. So for this age, mainly it's adventure because it makes you interested in reading and makes you start reading. So I recommend Enid Blyton, Roald Dahl and David Walliams, these authors for you to start reading. So now let's ahead for the next set of books for the age 10 to 13. 10 to 13 age category. So over here we have the fantasy and school life side. This is where you've read a lot of books and you need a much more interesting topics to read about. So here we have, any book reader would have heard of this. So the Book Reading World Pack, the Harry Potter series. So here we have all 8 books and this is a really interesting series of fantasy where wizards and witches are there with mythological animals. So it's by J.K. Rowling and you can go ahead reading them. Next we have the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. So there's about 15 to 20 books in this series and in this series it's about a school life of a young boy. So that's also another interesting series where you can go ahead reading. This is the Little House series. So the Little House series has about 10 books and in this series it's a story about a family that lives off in a very country-like side where there's, this is set based in a very old time period, so it's really interesting to read it. Next we have the Series of Unfortunate Events series. So this is a set of about 15 books and it's really interesting. Most of you who might have watched the movie, which is much more famous than the books, might know that it's interesting because it has a real mystery behind it and you can go reading it because it's really, really interesting. And last but not least, we have the Dog Diary series. So this is also like the Wimpy Kid series. It's a story of a school life of a young girl. So there's about 20 books in this series too, so you can go ahead reading. Okay, so another series. This is the Shadowhunters series. Also another mythical place where there's a group of people called Shadowhunters who go slaying demons. This is also another place where you need a mindset to go out happening, what's the mystery next? Also, this is really interesting because there are new creatures being made in this series. So there are 6 books in this series, you can go ahead reading. Next we have the Mediator series by Meg Cabot. This is about a girl who sees ghosts and she goes on helping the ghosts solve their mysteries. So this has 6 books in it and it's also another interesting series. Next we have the Missing series by Menkabot again. This is about a girl who got her powers after being struck by lightning. So instead of dying, she gets powers to see the future and the past and, solve mysteries. So that's another set of series. Last but not least, we have the Princess Diaries series. So this is about a princess who's in high school and she has to learn about her princess life as well as go to high school. This series has 10 books and you can go ahead reading all of these. Move on to the next age category. The last age category, so this is from 15 to 17. At this age, you literally has read a lot of books and then you still want more books like me. So I literally want more and more books, and right now I'm in the lack of books. So I'm really trying to find books to read. So at this age, this is mostly into the fantasy side because this is the place where you meet the horror side of books. So let's move on to this series. Here we have Game of Thrones. So this series has about 10 books and it's also a series set in the very, very, very old place where you have kings and queens and wars and stuff. So in this series it's about the kingdoms. So literally the Game of Thrones. Next we have the Hunger Games trilogy. So this is a trilogy where you might have experienced in the movies. This is a really famous movie series and here's the book set. So this is a place where there's a girl, she has to go on a TV reality show where it's die or get killed or just killed. So here is another series. This is really interesting because it's like you're actually in the place of the reality show while you're reading it. Next we have Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So this is a really old TV series, but the books are much more interesting than the TV series. So it's a trilogy. This is about a girl who slays vampires, and no matter how much she slays, there's more and more coming up. So in this, there's literally a lot of kind of horror and a really good mystery in it there's a lot of fun stuff in it because most of the time, once there's in this series, I won't spoil it, I'll just say one point. They're going to a circus and the amusements at the circus get mixed with their personalities. So there's one acting like a merry-go-round and one acting like a circus horse. So it's really fun. So you can go on reading this series too. So that's all for now. After that, we have another series upcoming video where I'll be telling you what books are good for what category, like adventure these and school life these. So look forward for those videos and my other reviews, and please watch all my other videos. Subscribe, like, comment, and also comment what's your favorite book series out of the ones that I showed you now. Bye, see you with another video.